What's up, everybody? Good evening. It is your girl, your diva and knowledge, Lady Mocha, representing Mocha's Cafe de Paris. What's good? I hope everybody had an awesome, wonderful, blessed weekend. If your weekend didn't go too well, if you had a rough week, don't give up. Don't throw in the towel. You never know how God can just turn things around in your favor for you when you least expect it. So, whatever you're going through, just realize it's only temporary, okay? Things will get better regardless of what. On that note, I want to thank all of my subscribers. You know, I don't call you guys just my subscribers. I call y'all my family. Big ups to all of you who have been rocking with me from day one. Those who have just subscribed, I thank you. Welcome you to the family. If this is your first time here, ever tuning in, I welcome you to Mocha's Cafe de Paris, and I hope that you will continue to keep viewing and keep stopping by and checking out the content and the spiritual awareness that I have been contributing. So on that note, I didn't want to waste too much time. I felt it was very imperative that I went into this particular content today. This happens out of Salt Lake City, Utah. This is a very unfortunate situation that took place, and my heart definitely goes out to the family that's going to be grieving such a very tragic loss. It's very unfortunate. That something would ever get, you know, unfortunately get this far out of hand. It's definitely not a laughing matter at all. It's very sad that a woman who really was trying to do the right thing, who really was trying to step up to the plate and be a stepmother to somebody else's children, and really trying to make light of a difficult and challenging situation. Unfortunately, her life was taken based on somebody's bitterness, who just could not just let go and move on with their lives, unfortunately. But anyway, I'm going to go into the details right away. Woman was putting up Christmas decorations with kids during deadly attack. The family of a slain Utah woman said she was fatally shocked as she was putting up Christmas decorations with her boyfriend's children last weekend. Lisa Belay Williams, and this is Lisa here, 26, was hit at least twice in the torso and fell back to a couch while her boyfriend's ex-wife sat down in a chair near the young children Sunday night, police said. Okay. This is the lady here, Chelsea, who killed Lisa. Williams' mother said in Facebook post that her daughter was decorating a tree with homemade ornaments with her boyfriend's 3-year-old twins. She was so kind, sweet, generous, loving, and brought joy and excitement to every aspect of life, Tawny Williams said. Lisa Williams' funeral, this is Lisa, once again, was scheduled to be held Friday in Arizona. According to CBS News, she was raised in Arizona and moved to Salt Lake City in 2015. During Thanksgiving, she asked her family for suggestions. I cannot read tonight, y'all. During Thanksgiving, she asked her family for suggestions on things to make with the twins. Her sister told KSL-TV she was just so excited to bring Christmas to those kids. Becca Williams told the station she loved those kids so much, and we always called Lisa our Christmas elf because she just loved Christmas so much. Christmas carols, everything about it. Chelsea, waitress, cook, which this lady here is Chelsea, 32, was arrested on suspicion of aggravated murder. She came to her former husband's suburban Salt Lake City apartment to deliver cold medicine to one of the kids, police said. Cook entered while her ex-husband was in the parking lot, locked herself in the bathroom, and called 911, police said. It's not clear what she told the operator, but when she came out, she grabbed a gun from her coat and fired several times at Lisa Williams. Cook's ex-husband took the gun and tried to help Williams. He pinned Cook to a wall when she tried to walk back to her coat and held her until police arrived. Williams died at a hospital. The children were present during the entire ordeal, officers wrote, which that's really, really sad. Cook was a health teacher at Sky Ridge High School in Lehigh and had been scheduled to teach yoga next term, said Kimberly Bird, assistant to the superintendent at Alpine School District. She had worked for the district for 4 years, but the district sent a letter terminating her employment after the arrest. Court records show her husband filed for divorce in August 2017, and it was finalized in January. Cook was arrested on suspicion of domestic violence in the presence of a child on October 16th. Court records do not detail the incident. She pleaded not guilty. As y'all can see here, this is a very, very unfortunate, tragic situation. Um, um, Based on the research I have done pertaining to the story, there's been several incidents that Tiffany here has had with Chelsea. Chelsea's been trying to make trouble. Um, she's been trying to cause conflict and chaos. The family just kind of felt like it was just a matter of time. They feared for her safety every day. It was just always some type of drama, some type of, issue coming from Chelsea here. So as y'all can see, I guess it finally just went to a whole nother level, um to where she just could not take the fact that her husband was moving on for good and he was trying to start a new life with this woman here, and she just couldn't handle it. I guess she faked it as long as she could, and tried to go with the flow, but again, I guess her bitterness was eating her up like cancer, and she just really couldn't take it anymore, to the point to where it provoked her to the point to where she felt the need to have to kill this woman to take this woman's life. It's sad, but jealousy could really drive a person to want to harm somebody, in the sense that they are willing to even take somebody's lives. It's very unfortunate. Again, she was making ornaments, and that's when the ex-wife burst in and shot her in front of the twins, which is the children that her and the gentleman has together. Um, the slaying came after Cook targeted Williams with online bullying. So as I stated, this woman been trying to create trouble, and I guess when she realized she was not getting the attention or the reaction she wanted, she had to take things to another level. Um, the story says as follows: the slaying came after Cook targeted Williams with online bullying, in-person confrontations, and harassment for months. Her sister and mother told the Associated Press. I worried for her safety every day, said her mother, Tawny Williams. Um, Let me see. Cook was arrested on suspicion of aggravated murder after her ex-husband took the gun away and pinned her to the wall. Lisa died at the hospital. They said she loved reading books and buying plants to nurse back to health. She loved children, and she was eager to begin Christmas decorating with her boyfriend's twins that she left early from her own family's Thanksgiving celebration in Sentinel Park, Arizona. I spoke to her an hour or so before it all happened, and she was excited to give those kids something happy. But during the 6 months she dated Travis Cook, okay, that's the current Bo's name, a colleague at the bank where she was a teller, she had allegedly been targeted by his ex-wife. The harassment started in June and included confrontations at the bank, bullying, and Instagram and phone calls made from the high school where Chelsea Cook was a health teacher. So in other words, like I stated, this woman been relentless from the start. She was not going to let go. Court records show the couple's divorce was finalized in January, but Cook had been charged with domestic violence in the presence of a child. Uh, let's see. Becca Williams said she reported the behavior and use of school phones to the principal at Sky Ridge High School in Leah in August, but it seems to me that nothing was done. So basically, it was ample amount of signs that this lady really been off the hook. School officials also weren't aware that Cook had been arrested October 16th on suspicion of domestic violence. While teachers are required to self-report such arrests to their superintendents within 48 hours, she chose not to do so. Uh, the state also flags arrested teachers through a fingerprint database, but it was a misdemeanor case, and her prints weren't flagged for more than a month. So basically, she's been sliding under the radar of being basically a complete psychopath. Um, Let's see if there's any other thing. Lisa Williams was reluctant to report Chelsea Cook's behavior to police, worried that involving authorities could make the situation harder on the children. Her sister said, looking back, she wondered if that was a mistake. In hindsight, I think the best thing for the kids would have been to call the police every time. She's at a loss to explain exactly what led to it. The last conversation between the two women had been encouraging, with Chelsea Cook thanking Lisa Williams for picking up the twins at daycare. They hadn't had contact in days before since she was with her family for Thanksgiving, the holiday. Um, Lisa Williams had moved to American Fork a few years ago to care for her sister, who was hospitalized with potentially life-threatening lung ailment. She stayed after the recovery, living with two of her sisters. In the end, it's the kind of caring for others that Lisa Williams' family hopes she is remembered for. Oh boy, as y'all can see, this is a very tough situation, and this is why I felt the need to do this content. As you can see here, Lisa, this is the young lady, who was really trying to step up to the plate and really be a woman about the situation. She loved this man. She loved his name was I think his name was I just said the gentleman's name. But basically, she really tried to step up to the plate and be a good woman about the situation. She was really welcoming this woman's children with open arms. And she was trying to do the right thing. The other woman been giving her trouble, been trying to create chaos, and she tried everything she could to not um make it any worse than what it was, because basically she was looking out for the best interest of the children. And I'm sure she didn't want to have to put her man's ex-wife in jail, worried about the type of tension it would have caused between the both of them. As y'all can see, this was a really sad and jacked up situation, and it's unfortunate that this woman was just not going to let go. It didn't matter. The sad part is, it didn't matter what this woman's good intentions was. Chelsea was determined. She was determined. At some point, she was going to try to ruin this lady's life, and it's unfortunate that is escalated to the point to where she felt the need to take the woman's life. And that is exactly what she did. And to add insult to injury, she had the audacity to do it in front of the children. And this woman was caring for her children. And she didn't even take into consideration how this her actions would affect her children, because they witnessed the situation. Okay, yeah, the husband's name is Travis Cook. So I just couldn't remember his name. Um, so that's another bad part about it, y'all. Her twins was there, and they witnessed her kill their stepmother. This whole situation is just messed up, but I'm going to go ahead and just remove this, because just looking at this broad's picture is just, is really disheartening to me. You know what I mean? That somebody could be that evil and cold spirited and could pull something like that. But this is just a lesson for anybody who's in a situation. We all have experienced baby mama drama at some given point. We've all went through that. I've even experienced it personally myself. So I can definitely relate. I know what it's like as a woman to be disrespected, to not be appreciated, to not feel valued. When you are there for somebody else's children. And it's a very complicated situation, because it's a part of you as a woman. You look for your companion, your husband, or your fiance. You look for him to kind of be the one to diffuse the situation. As a woman, you look for him to put his baby mama in check. You look for him to put in her place. And with all due respect, even if he's the type of man that will confront the mother of his children to, not disrespect you as his current wife or fiance, whatever the case may be, he really is limited as far as to being able to control the mother of his children. He could basically threaten her. He could cuss her out. He could call her all kind of names. And even though for the moment you may feel vindicated as his current wife, that yeah, he put in her place. Now she knows that I'm the queen. I'm the one running the show. Yeah, for the moment, that may shut her down. But you have some women, like in this broad's case, Chelsea Cook, who killed this woman, Lisa, who are very relentless. They just are not going to let up. You have some of these baby mothers, they are willing to make your lives a living hell. And even if they don't have children from these men, Just the fact that they were married to these men, or just the fact that they had a relationship with them, is still enough in a sense in their minds to where they still have a sense of entitlement. And if there are children involved, it definitely gives them an even stronger sense of entitlement, because you have some women that really believe, hey, I had his children. So because of that, I'm going to always have a say so. I mean, the kids can be 40 years old, okay, and got kids of their own. And in the back of her mind, she's going to always feel a sense of entitlement because they have children together. But basically this situation, it happens more frequently than what we realize, and it's just unfortunate that you have some bitter ex-wives or bitter baby mamas who are still holding grudges for a relationship that they no longer that they can't revive, that they can't get back. And because of that, it makes them very bitter to the point it starts eating up at them like cancer. And that is what happened with this broad. Basically, she he divorced her January of last year, so you can say it's been damn near a year, and she still would not let go. And it's a very sad and disturbing situation, because you know Lisa, the woman in this case who was murdered, she was doing something that the majority of us women, something that many women do every day. I've done it. You decide to take a chance on a man, knowing he's already been married or had a prior relationship, especially with children involved. You decide to take a chance, because you really love the man. You feel like there's a connection, because let's face it, sometimes you cannot help who you love. And I've always been one. I've always tried to stray away from guys who had children, because I knew the chaos, I knew the drama that came along with it. And I did not want that for myself. I really did not want to deal with the chaos. Just like you have men out here who don't want to deal with a woman who has kids from all kind of guys. You don't want to take on another man's baggage or another man's luggage. Well, believe it or not, there are women out there like myself who do not, who never want to deal with men who have children, because just like you guys are aware of all the drama, so are we as women. We know how relentless these baby mamas could be. We know how malicious, we know how conniving. So I've always tried to stray away from guys like that. But just so happened, I ended up falling in love with a guy who had children from a previous marriage. And I had a decision to make, because I met guys who didn't have kids, but we weren't connecting. There was no connection, there was no chemistry. So I'm like, okay, I mean, if I'm gonna take a chance on love, let me take a chance on love with somebody I know I want to be with. And I just so happened wanted to be with him. And like I stated, like what Chelsea did, I mean, the same could have happened for me. I mean, I took a chance, I dated my husband for a while before we got married, and then I moved in. And this chick just straight up did not like me. She tried to find every reason. She looked for any way to try to make things complicated. No matter how cooperative I was, no matter how much I tried to reason with her. And keep in mind, at the time I was like 20, and I didn't have any children at all during that time before me and my husband had my daughter together. And she has me by I think maybe 8, 9 years. And this broad acted so damn immature. I mean, just so many mind games. She wanted us to be with the kids and want us to get them. And when we would get them, she made a big deal out of what we was doing, what we wasn't doing. If I did their hair, she had a problem with how I did their hair. If we brought them certain clothes, she had a problem with what kind of clothes we bought them. I mean, even though she would drop them off looking like little orphanages, and their clothes was always dirty or bleached up. I mean, I could go on and on and on, basically, but I went through a lot in a situation, to the point to where it almost made me leave him, because I'm like, I don't think I could do this. This is too much. I didn't have any children, and it was just too much chaos. She always had something smart to say, and She always badmouthed him to me, and when he would defend me and take up for me, she would get upset with him about that. It was just a very, very chaotic situation, you know, and it took years and years and years for us to get to a civil place. Now, keep in mind, we're still not fond of each other. We cannot sit in the same room to this day. It's going on 19 years. We cannot sit in the same room to this day and not feel some type of way about each other, because it was things she felt I did out of pocket. And basically, anything I did out of pocket, it was only out of reaction to what she started first. But in her mind, she has reason to feel justified in being such a wench. And to this day, she still is, you know, and I've already made peace with that. You know, I stopped trying to be the bigger person. You know, basically, I just kept my distance. And sometimes, ladies, when you get in situations like this and you get involved with a man who has an ex-wife or a baby mama who's off the chain and got issues, just keep in mind you are taking a chance. Things like this can happen. It doesn't happen a lot, but it does happen. In some cases, and there's been some cases in which some men, it can happen with them too. You get with a woman and her ex-husband, her ex-baby daddy, he don't want to let go. He used to controlling her and running her life. And there's been some women who have died, who have got their lives taken from them because the ex-husband or the baby daddy didn't want to let go, even though she moved on with a new man and was making something herself and wasn't making no trouble for him. He still cannot let go. And the dangerous part is when you get involved with somebody who's already psychologically damaged, who's already mentally not all the way there. When you get involved with these people and you have children from people like this who have issues, um very rarely they're not going to let you leave them in peace, because some of these people have they mental, they psychologically damaged. And I really believe that the lady in this case, Chelsea, was already psychologically damaged. Something had to really be wrong with her for her to resort to the point to where she would go to her ex-husband's apartment to kill his wife, to shoot his wife in front of her children. No, you're past angry. That's not angry. You're psychologically, you're really imbalanced. You psychologically imbalanced. You're missing a couple of screws up there, because this relationship had been over almost a year. He divorced you. And for you to harbor that type of hate in your heart to where you had to go kill this woman, this lets me know, y'all, this is a case of a straight up narcissist, but she's one of those dangerous narcissists, you know, because we're around narcissists all the time. But when it gets to the point to where you take somebody's life, you're on a whole nother level. And the dumb part about it is, you know, she did this all because she could not have this man. But did she not realize that you're going to be doing time for the rest of your life? So you're not going to have him either. But in the back of her psychological damaged psyche, 9 times out of 10, she probably was thinking, you know what? If I can't have him and I see that she's happy with him, I am going to destroy their happiness. And that is what she did. She wanted to ruin him. And the only way she could ruin him was by taking his wife's life. You know, that was by taking his girlfriend's life. That was the only way she could find a way to hurt him. And what happens in a lot of cases with women, when we get angry, when we get upset, we allow our emotions to eat up at us like cancer, to the point that we are willing to kill, steal, and destroy. And if you don't mentally catch yourself before you really derail, you could end up finding yourself in this very exact situation where you are so consumed with anger and bitterness that you will take somebody else's life, and you'll turn around and regret it, because you'll look back and be like, you know what, it really was not that serious. Chelsea already had things going for herself. She was a teacher. She was teaching yoga classes. She was going a positive direction. But even with all of what she had, she still could not get past this man not wanting her. And to any of you ladies out there, if you are struggling, if you're in a situation right now where you just really cannot get past a man who has moved on and he's happy, and it seems like he done got over on you because regardless of what happened, maybe you caused the damage, which is why the relationship didn't work, or who's to say he caused the damage. Okay, and here it is, he's moving on, he's happy, and it's making you feel some type of way because you're looking at like, damn, when I was with him, he didn't act like he was that happy. Or when we were together, he didn't do for her, he didn't do for me like what he's doing for her. Basically, when we don't get past um a relationship not working out, we will allow it to consume us and eat at us like cancer. Not understanding that, you know what, you don't know how God is going to bless you. Who's to say God could have blessed her to get remarried and had an even better start, just like he had a better start. But no, she was so busy sitting up there focusing on him and his happiness with his new girlfriend that she lost all her goddamn marbles. And for all the ladies, if you're in that situation right now, you need to really get your shit together, because it should never get to the point to where you are that angry that you are willing to kill your ex-husband or your ex-baby daddy's complete, current girlfriend. I mean, unless it's a self-defense situation and this chick came at you and threatened your life, then you had to do what you had to do. But there was absolutely no reason at all to justify this woman's actions for the fact that she took this lady's life, all because this man moved on and he seemed happy and he was in a good space. Him and this woman was in a good space. And there's so many women out there that are doing it. They just cannot get past a relationship not working out. So they just want to destroy by any means necessary. They want to try to sabotage a man's future. And what you have to realize, ladies, you block your own blessings when you try so hard to make somebody else's life miserable, and it go both ways. But it's more women who do it than men, because you have some men that become obsessive and compulsive and don't want their ex-wife to move on. But I'm seeing more cases where women do it than men, and that's why I'm really directing this content more towards the women. If you're a woman in this situation and you're having a hard time letting go, you're going to have to find a way to deal with your pain. You're going to have to find another positive way of letting go to anger. If it did not work, it just didn't work. You have to let go of the fantasy of what could have been, what should have been, what would have been, shoulda, coulda, woulda. It did not turn out that way, and it's not so much that, you're not for him. Who's to say that he wasn't for you? So while you're feeling like you've lost and you're feeling defeated and cheated, you don't know that sometimes losing has a way of bringing you better opportunities. While you're up here crying and upset over Volvo, you don't know if the Lord is trying to bless you with a Bentley. But a lot of us, women, we hold our own selves back with our emotions. Our emotions will ruin us, overtake us, to the point to where we jump off the deep end like this lady did, and she killed this woman. And it should never get to that point, to where you are willing to take somebody's life. But I definitely feel for this woman's family, for Lisa's family. I definitely feel for her fiance. I know he's distraught. He's probably feeling like it is all his fault, when really, when you get in situations like this, it's nobody's fault, because you can't do nothing with a psychotic, psychopath ass helper. I mean, I'm sure if everybody knew then, that knew what she was going to do, they would have took other precautions. Nobody saw this coming. And hell, this psychotic hoe, she probably ain't even seen herself getting to this point. But this is what happens when you have time to keep up with what everybody else is doing. And I've seen reports where they say that they argued online, they had words online and everything. So 9 times out of 10, this broad probably had an acrimony moment where she was all on this lady's online Facebook page. You know how some of these bitter ex-wives, these bitter baby mamas do. They want to Facebook stalk you, social media stalk you, looking at you and your husband been out of town, you and your husband having dinner. And these helpers just sit up there and study and analyze your life from a distance. and watching every move you make, and it eats them like cancer. I'm like this, anything that's going to upset me, I don't want no parts of it. If I'm still grieving over a marriage or a relationship, last thing I'm going to do is Facebook stalk you, go on your page, go on your wife page so she can sit there and brag about what you do for her and what she do for you. I'm not even about to keep throwing salt in my own wounds, you know? It's just senseless. You got to know yourself. You make yourself sick. You throw yourself over the edge when you do stuff like that, you know? So if things just didn't work out, ladies, you're going to have to find another way to deal with your pain. Find a hobby, take you a second job, you know, start going back out dating, go to the gym, get your weight up, start looking good, start taking care of you, get your swag back. You know, there's plenty of fish in the sea, as my grandmother used to say. But when you pull stuff like this, honey, you block your own blessings, because she may have felt good for the moment, but I guarantee you, the longer and longer she sits in that jail, reality is going to sink for her, because not only did you take somebody's daughter and somebody's fiance, guess what? You took yourself away from your children. You have kids that are going to be going to college without you, go to their first prom, you know, all of this, all these special events you're going to miss out on, all because you allowed your anger and your hatred and your animosity to get you to the point to where you had to take another woman's life. You deserve exactly what you get. I have no sympathy. I have no empathy for you, because that was just flat out, that just was a terrible dumbass decision you could have made on your part, because now not only she doesn't have her life, you're not going to have yours. Yes, you still may be living, and you will be in the prison system, but your life is just done. And it's even more painful because for her, for you, because at least she's not here to suffer, you know. And we already know she got her one-way ticket to heaven, because she didn't bring none of that on herself. But you, on the other hand, you're gonna get your hell double, because you're already gonna get your hell on this earth, because it's going to be in your conscience for the rest of your life that you kept this woman. And when it's time for you to go to the afterlife, you're going to have to visit hell some more there. So, honey, you was just screwed all the way around. This is really, really a sad situation. My heart goes out to this woman's family. I really feel for them. I can tell she was a really sweet girl. And she just was enjoying life. She wanted to live, but you know, it's unfortunate that these demons that we got living among us, we can't always protect ourselves for all the tricks the devil has up his sleeves. But anyway, y'all, leave me a comment. Let me know what y'all think about this situation. Do you think at all that evidently Chelsea, for her to take it to this extent, has she been angry, has she never gotten past them evidently? Do y'all think, what would y'all have done if y'all have experienced some of the troubles this woman had experienced prior, before her life was lost, the harassing calls, you know, the confrontations? What would you have done differently to avoid it from getting to escalating to the point it escalated to? Not to say that even if she would have, it would have prevented what happened from happening. You know, I'm just curious to get y'all opinions on this whole situation. It's really, really, really sad, but I just felt the need to do this particular content, because I know a lot of women have gone through this and have experienced being disrespected by the ex-wife or the mother of your man's children. You know, I know it's a very, very complicated, um overbearing situation, and I would just like to get y'all opinion on that. Yeah, just leave a comment below, and make sure you like, share, subscribe. You know, I'm always uploading things. I don't have a set schedule because I got too much stuff I have to do. So if you hit that notification bell, you will not miss out on any content that I choose to upload. Okay. So anyway, y'all, it has been real. It is your girl, Lady Mocha. And you know, I'm gonna always pour you a cup of truth and break you off with a slice of knowledge. I shall talk to y'all later. Talk to you soon. Bye.